Lincoln, we'll give it just about 1 more minute to see if anybody gets on, maybe 2. Looks like. Lincoln, it looks like it's just you, me, and Max.
Okay.
What are you working on? Are you doing a landlord or a what do you need help with? The whole process, or I didn't know.
No, I think I got the process down. I think what has happened though is that I've for my my wife is trying to get hold of me here.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Be right back. Yes, honey. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. No, my problem is, and I think I can figure it out, is where I store my client's information so I can get the documents into DocuSign.
Oh, into DocuSign.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you're wanting to upload. Okay, so let me go through this process real quick.
IABS and that sort of stuff. I know I've got it somewhere, but can't find it right now.
Oh, but you can't find it.
Hmm?
Okay,
No.
so do you know how to get into your opportunities? So if you go up here into all opportunities and go within your opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, I know that.
Okay, and it's not over here in this documents section. You haven't uploaded it.
Right.
Is it over in DocuSign?
Oh, it should. Well, no, I need to find it. What folder I put it in on my computer.
Oh,
So I
on
can
your
then put it
computer.
into.
Oh, okay. And then
But
once you find
once
it,
I do that, I should be fine.
okay.
So
Are you going to be doing a lease or a?
it is a lease
It is a lease
and
for a
and
landlord or a buyer? I mean,
for
for a tenant or
a renter. Yep.
a tenant? Okay. Well,
And I've actually been paid for it. I mean, Max told me that. I just got to get
get the
my stuff over to you guys.
Okay, well, then I'm just going to go ahead and walk through the process of doing a tenant side for the lease. This one's on leases, so I'm just going to go ahead and walk through that because it is being recorded. That way we can go ahead and post it out there. Okay, is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. All right, so the first thing that we'll do is we'll make sure we'll click on contacts. Up here at this top red square, you can open this up and see what the applets are. So before you move forward, you always want to make sure your contact is entered into contacts. So you will click on this contacts tab. You'll come over to the right side and click add a contact. You're going to want to make sure you have everything filled out here to the best of your ability, and especially if there is a star by their name, you'll want to turn in that information. Once you have them entered, you'll click down here and click create. Now there is some more thing where you can click on and add more information. And there's a different additional information you can add down here for future reference with that particular client. You can look through that. Once you've created it, it'll fall over here under contacts. And as you can see, if I open this one up, this is what it would look like. And you can come over here and click this pencil and edit that contact and do what you need to do with that contact, as in editing it. So once it's in there, to get paid, you're going to come down here for opportunities. Now remember, we're doing a lease, so you'll click on an opportunity. and we're going to do a tenant lease. So we'll create an opportunity. We're going to be with the Plano Market Center. If you've been in another market center, this is where you would make sure you're clicking on the right one. This team section will only populate if you're part of a team. We're going to do a tenant transaction. And we don't have any custom tags. And then we've got to enter our client. Well, I know she's in here. We'll just do this person as our tenant, and then you can come in here and change the opportunity name. Since this is a tenant, most likely you would know the address. I would add the address after this tenant's name or before so that we can see that when we get into the opportunity on our end. And you as well, keep in mind that when we're doing compliance, we identify all of the opportunities by the address. You may not, so I would always include both the name and the address. You want to do your estimated close date, our lease price. Lincoln, what's the lease price of your property?
$2,500.
Okay, we'll put that in there. The commission, I don't know what that commission is, but usually it's about maybe sometimes 50%. We'll just go with 50.
Okay.
As the commission, and these two, you can leave the default for this opportunity phase and opportunity stage. You can look at the drop down. Right now, since we know this is going to be working, we'll do active, and we have submitted an application. So we're going to click create. So now we've got that opportunity created. You can see we've got our tenant name up here. I don't have the address. We're going to come. When you want to edit this section, if there's anything that you see you want to add, you can click the pencil. It'll open this up. You can come in and edit any of the information you might see. We'll say that this lease was signed on January 1st, and they're going to occupy the 31st. So we'll save that. And then we've got that information here. On the details tab, the one thing that we need to make sure you do is come over here to the property and add in the property address for this. We're just going to pick that one, add in the property address so that we can see it, and we will click save. So there we've got our property address, and everything on this details tab looks good. We'll come over here to documents. And as you can see, we've got two folders here on the side. We've got an under contract folder and a closed folder. Since this is the tenant, we only have these two folders. If you're representing the landlord, there is going to be another folder in there. So under contract, these are the forms that we need you to upload. If you are getting your documents from DocuSign, you need to come over here and click Start a Transaction. This will link the opportunity to your a DocuSign folder. So you want to do this prior to going into DocuSign and importing or inputting anything into DocuSign. You can see it'll link you to that folder. You can sign in. And here we are. You can see it has opened up this box where we can add documents and do things within DocuSign. Once that's done, we can go into DocuSign and work, and we can sync this transaction. And when we come over here to add a file and we click DocuSign, it'll show us any of those documents we have in DocuSign listed for us to add. But if we don't use DocuSign and we just want to add the file from our desktop or from our computer, we can browse. And we'll do this one. We'll just add this. You can see we've got that uploaded. We'll assign, and there it drops right in there, and that's what we need of these forms. You can see if there's anything underlined here, you can click on it. And this is a form that's filled out that you can download and use if you don't have a copy. Make sure you add your agent information if you're pulling one from here. Once you've uploaded all those documents, you're going to go over to this commissions tab. Now, anything that you've done so far should move over into this tab. You can see we've got all the red dots, which are important, that need to be entered. Those have been done. And everything, the 1250, it just automatically comes in here with the split, and that's what we need to know. Now, if you are, since you're the tenant on this transaction, and this is a tenant, you won't be most likely paying anyone else on this lease. If you are paying another agent in the office, you would add another agent here. You would adjust your gross commission down, and then you'd put the rest of that commission here. What you need to know about adding another agent is that both the agents, and they have to be within this office, has to come to this total commission in this top box. Otherwise, it won't allow you to move forward.
Okay, yep.
Now, if you need to pay an agent outside of this office, if you're representing the landlord, then that's different. You're going to come over here and click Edit Agent Payment. You'll scroll down to the bottom. You'll click Add an Item. You'll scroll down and you're going to do Outside Referral. Outside referral is what we use when we pay another agent outside our office anything in Command. We never ever use an inside referral on anything. That's always if you're paying someone in this office, that's adding another agent. So that's where we would add the agent that you'd be paying on the other side. So this is it. When you get this done, if you have any notes that you want Max to see, I would add them here under Add Note. We cannot see this Notes tab up here at the top. If you put anything in this section and add a note, we will not be able to see it. So you want to come in here and add a note, anything Max might need to know. And then you click Submit. And it's as simple as that, and it's done.
Okay.
Lincoln, do you have any questions?
No, I see where I was getting myself confused. That was just me.
Just you, okay.
I've got it. Oh, got one question. What happens if you have a coach?
Okay, if you have a coach, we don't normally pay a coach on a lease.
Okay.
If this were a property, you'd click Edit Agent Payment. You'd scroll down here, click Add an Item, and then it's going to be a deduction.
Okay.
So you'd put the amount here that you're paying the coach. You don't need to put in any of this tax ID. Just put that it's a coach payment here. So, and then who you're going to pay it to.
Okay.
Now, normally coaches in our office are another agent on a transaction, but this is different. When we're paying a coach, we do put it in the deduction section here, just like as if we were paying Marcia or someone else, like a fee. Does that make sense that way?
Yep.
That way, because it's not really commission to them. So that is where we put that payment.
Sounds good.
Let's see if I can think of anything else. I'm going to go ahead and go back over and walk through one as if you were representing the landlord. So we would come over here. Again, you're going to want to make sure your contact is entered. We've had someone else join the call, so I'm going to run through this real quick on the landlord side if you're representing the landlord. You come in, you'd add a contact, put in your client's information as much as you would like. You can add more information here, just like previously stated. Then once that contact is in, you're going to come over to opportunities. This is where you're going to enter it's like your filing folder for your transaction. You're going to create an opportunity. Again, with our market center, make sure we're in Plano. We're going to be representing the landlord this time. This should auto-populate to your name. Our client is now the landlord. Again, we might want to put our address here next to this name because we do identify it as by the name, by the address. You may identify it by the name, so it's helpful to put that there. You might want to put in our estimated close date, which would in this situation might be move-in date or move-out date. probably move-in date because it's the landlord, because you've got somebody moving in, our lease price, and our commission. Now, in this particular opportunity, you're probably going to be paying someone else. If you're representing the landlord, typically you're going to get paid, and the agent that brings the tenant is going to get paid. So under this situation, if you're getting 50%, you've also got to put in what the other agent is getting. So in this case, if it's split 50-50, we're going to put in the entire amount. This is the only time you would do this. Most of the time, the commission is only going to be what you're receiving. But for this situation, when you're the landlord, representing the landlord, you're going to pay yourself, and then you'll also be paying another agent that brought the tenant. So we're in the active stage, and we are accepting applications, doing applications. We're going to create that opportunity. It brings us right in here. Again, we're representing the landlord. We're going to make sure we come over here and enter our property information. Put this in here. We're going to click save. And now we've got our property information in there. This is a mess. This needs to be done so we can find the property. We won't be able to find it if you submit this, and also if we get a check, sometimes the checks we receive don't have anything but an address, and so when we come in, we need to be able to search by address and not just the agent.
Mm-hmm.
So once you've got that in there, we're going to click documents, and as you can see now, and this is representing landlord, we have a listed folder, an under contract folder, and a closed folder. On this listed folder, these are the three things that we need. Again, if it's underlined, you can click on that form and pull it straight out of here, filled out. We need you to add those in here. If you want to link this to DocuSign, because you're going to have your client sign through DocuSign, you'll click Start a Transaction, and that's going to link it over. You'll sign into DocuSign. And here we are. If you've already signed in once, it's going to take you directly into that folder, into that room, is what they call it with DocuSign. You're going to click Add a File, and you can either click Manual from your computer or DocuSign. If it's from DocuSign, anything you have in there will show here. We'll add it, just as simple as this, and we will open it, and we'll assign it and drop it right in there. Once you've got these three in there, go ahead and submit it to the Market Center. And then you're going to go into your under contract folder. These are the rest of the forms that we need for your lease if you're representing the landlord. We need this broker W-9 when we're paying an agent on the other side. Okay, that has to be put in there so we know and can make sure that's being paid correctly. Again, if it's underlined, you can pull that form from here and use it to use that. Once you've got those entered, you can submit it to the Market Center, and then you can come over to your commissions tab. Now, one thing you'll want when you're doing your commissions is you're going to want that W-9 in front of you when you go in to enter this information. So as you can see, we don't have this entered, the lease signed and the occupancy date. That's back over in the Details tab. So we could come over here and do it, or we can just edit it in this area. We'll say they're going to occupy the 31st. We'll save that, and that part's done. Now, as we said before, we have agent commission of $2,500, but remember, we're only getting half of that. So we need to add another agent, add someone else that's getting paid. Okay, so we're going to edit our information. Now again, if this is someone in the office that's done this, you can add another agent right here. Okay. You're going to edit your information here. You're only getting half, which is $1,250. You'll put that here. Okay. and that's going to adjust that. And you're going to come down here and you're going to click add an item. Out here, you're doing an outside referral to pay this other agent. Okay. You're going to put in the referral amount or percentage. We know it's $12.50. So you're going to put that in. Now this is where you're going to need your W-9. You've got to put in the information on the W-9 because it's red starred. You have to have that information. Let's see, 2, 6, 7. I'm just making one up. Don't make one up, but then you've got to have the broker company name. Max, what do you like them to put on the broker company name?
Well, the name that's on the top line of the W-9.
Okay, I'm going to open up a W-9 and show you what you'll be looking at. I'm going to open up ours. Maybe, here we are. Okay, can y'all see this W-9, Max? Can you see that?
No.
No, okay, I don't know why it's not.
I mean, I got a gray screen.
A gray screen. Move window from the shared application. Okay, I'm not sure why it won't. Let me see what I can. Okay, now can y'all see the
Yes.
W-9?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the W-9 you'll be looking at. As you can see, we've got Texas Star Path Partners, LTD, Keller Williams Realty, Plano. So under that broker name is where you're going to enter the second line. Okay.
Right.
Because that's what they're doing business as. You're going to put it in there. If you scroll down here, this is the number that you're going to pick up to put up into that section.
What's 75 dash something or the other? Okay.
Yeah, that's our broker for our office. Okay, this is our office W-9. But this is what it would look like if somebody sends you one, what you're going to be paying. Now, under the agent name, Max, do you want the actual agent name?
No, well, no, I don't want to get too confused in here.
Okay.
So what I don't want, well, the agent name is fine,
Okay.
but I don't want it to end up as the payee.
Okay, not the payee, right? So the agent name, you can put in the other agent's name on the deal. Don't put the broker name there. Make sure you put the broker company name, that second line on this first one. And then you can put the agent's name over there. We will need the agent's name that's getting paid. Then you can pull the address from that W-9 and then the phone number of the person that's there. That's all required information.
Okay.
So, this and okay, and what? Okay. One thing I want to show you real quick, if you're trying to type an address in here and it doesn't come because it's a brand new build, you can do one like this and get this create manually to pop up, and then you can enter it manually.
Okay.
Okay, I've had a lot of questions on that when we've got new builds and they can't get in. Okay, so we'll add that. So we've got that information. We'll click Save Changes. Okay, now everything's, let me move this out of the way. I don't know if y'all can see that. So we should be remaining agent balance $12.50. Outside referrals, here we are. So you can see it gave me an error when you're in here doing this. We're doing, I think that's what it was. Okay, so you want this to stay the same, then you're going to do your outside referral and pay them the whole commission. So does that make sense, or did I confuse anyone?
No. Get the
Have I confused anyone? I don't see questions that I see. Okay, so then once you've got that in, you can just submit. Again, here's where you add your note. to Max if you want him to see anything. And then we won't be able to see this right here. So if you need to add a note, this is where you do it. If you're doing a normal buy or sell, you've got to add that title company email here, but on a lease, you don't have to do that. And that's it. Does anyone have any questions? So we did a landlord and tenant lease. I can't see anyone except Max. So now's your time to ask questions. And it can be on anything with in Command that might have to do with getting paid.
Okay, I've got the idea. I think I should be okay now.
If you're not, just give me a call, Lincoln. I want you to get paid.
Okay, that's a good thing, right?
Yes, it's a good thing. We want that to happen.
You go. By the way, talking about getting paid, how much do I owe you guys this month?
Let me look and see. Let me put this over here on this side. I know we had our it is, if I take off the $5 for paying by check, it's $95.25.
$95.25. Okay, I drop this off to you later on today.
Okay, perfect. I'll
Or
be
$5.
all right. All right. I see 2 other people on the call. If y'all have any questions, my email is klrw93@kw.com. Shoot me an email if you need me to set up a Zoom specifically with you, or if you have any questions to walk you through or show you anything. I hope everyone has a good day.
Okay, you too.
All right. Just let me know if you need anything, guys.
Okay, thanks, Andrew.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.